Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. So you wanna die, commit suicide, dial 1800-side line. Forums, right? Yo, it ain't worth it. Put a rope around your neck and jerk it. The trick didn't work. Your life's been fucked up from the first day of birth. After watching Jackie Gleason walk into a precinct and gun down the captain for no fucking reason. Well, get some LSD or a drink from the bar. Get behind your wheel and crash the car. Like Desert Storm, we got bombs for the war. Confront an alligator, let it eat you raw. Back to the function, riding the caboose to hell. Music fucked the third rail. Fucked up chicken, and now you just got fried. Cause it's a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Hey, you little rich kid, what's your beef? Come and tell the Grim Reaper, order your grief. Ask for ribbons and you only got a Jeep. I guess your pop's got ends, but yo, he's mad cheap. Maybe you're a bastard and tried you thin. Mom and dad are white, but your dog is ink. Maybe you're Sicilian with a tan, but you hate lasagna and the pizza man. Now you stand on the grave digger lot, singing the blues about the rough life you got. Not don't wanna live no more. I guess you're really ready for the graveyard tour. When you get home, just seal up your windows and doors and put your oven on high for about 4 hours. Roll you up joint unless you ask goodbye. You gassed yourself cause it's a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. So you want a motherfucking suicide. If you want a motherfucking suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. 6 fucking devils stepped up playing graveyard. Had the fucking nerve to try to enter my graveyard. I'm the resurrector, be my sacrifice. Commit suicide so I could bring you back to life. The first was convinced, stuck a water hose in his mouth, full blast so his head could explode. First said, that's good but I can top it. Put an axe up through his head and then he chopped it. Blood shot out in every direction. The rest didn't know what to do. I made suggestions. Put a slug in your mug, overdose on a drug, wet your hands, stick a knife in the plug. Or be like Richard Pryor, set your balls on fire. Better yet, go hang yourself with a barbed wire. 3 and 4 fell deep into the spell and ran to the zoo and locked themselves in the lion's den. Number 5 said it ain't worth being alive. Rolled a dust joint and mixed it with cyanide. The only one who survived was number 6. He went home, sat in the tub and slit his wrist. Yeah, no need to cry, goodbye, no need to cry, because we all die. It's a suicide, it's a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Suicide is a suicide. Bye-bye. Suicide is a suicide.